Prophet Marcello Currents. So this video is going to be about just basically the continuation of what I've been talking about for some time. This war that they try to get us involved in is basically, this is how you sum it up. It's two ways you can sum it up. This is the war between the righteous Africans and the wicked Africans. This is a war between the Americans and God's kingdom. And that's it. That's basically what it is. So, people who think they are part of me, I'm not a part of anybody that's not a Christian. If you're not a Christian, I'm not a part of you. I'm just saying. I'm not part of the culture. I'm not part of that. Why you thought because I did videos on YouTube? I know about the streets. But you didn't listen to the fine print. The fine print is I'm not a part of the culture. Okay, so y'all played yourself with goofies and they came out here thinking it was a game and it wasn't. I don't know what you want me to say. But I definitely ain't worried about you. Because I'm working with now the oldest African American neighborhood community in the whole country. I'm working with the Treme community. I've already sent the offering down there. And now I got like 3 hours left before I'm sending another offering. So we at it, man. You know, one thing you gotta do in America is stay away from tragedy, especially in the black community. You gotta stay away from the spirit of tragedy, where it don't even make sense for them to even talk to you. I hate to say it, but you gotta go as far as in these days, as far as people that is not serving God and they're working witchcraft against you. You have to make it where it don't make sense for them to even speak to you. That means you don't hold no conversation. That's how you gotta move. Because it's no secret in the black community. It's a whole bunch of tragedy. You gotta stay away from it. I learned from the past. I learned from the past, buddy. Once they tripping like that, I won, and I'm staying away from them. As simple as that. It's what it is. I mean, that's a clown game. I told people a million times. I don't think I'm nothing like them people. Somewhere along the way, they thought differently. But found out that I am totally different from you. I'm not like you. I don't have the mentality you have. Okay? You sized me up wrong, bro. You sized me up real wrong. And God is right here with me. He's not with you. He's with me. Okay? So, acting like I'm some little guy you can play with, we can keep this going. And before you know it, there's not going to be any more America, okay? I'm just letting everybody know. It's not no before it's happened. God's is right here waiting for anybody to jump. You don't get it, do you? God is waiting for anybody to jump, buddy. I'm built and cut differently. Ain't nobody gonna come play with me for free, buddy. That means people in this building, that means people in this neighborhood, that means people in Brooklyn. And you can think I'm bluffing, and all you gotta do is look at the news, and all you gotta do is look at everything. I'ma survive. Right? You're not gonna utilize me like a clown. The whole world will fall apart before clowns rule. Like you. You a clown, bruh. You a clown, and there ain't no way you gonna make it look right. We already know this. You a clown. Okay, so then that's that. That's all. We don't care nothing about that. Look at the world. Look at the world. I got an offering that just hit Colombia. I got an offering that just hit Colombia. Just now, a day ago. I'm telling you, you fall in my timeline now. Look, you jocking me on my timeline. I'm just calling it how it is. You jocking me on my timeline. These the same people who are sitting back watching me like something's going to happen to me. Now you see why I wasn't even worried about it. Now you see, it don't break my heart, man. It don't bother me at all. Because as a Christian, we already don't supposed to be part of the world anyway, so put it together. We don't supposed to be part of them. So I don't care about that. I'm used to being alone. I'm a Christian. I'm not saying in a funny way. But Christians are used to being alone. We can't be with anybody. Okay, it's time for people, man, to wake up, man. We looking for the spirit of humiliation because, man, how I see it is, ain't nobody that bad in the world. No. I don't care what they can do. I don't care what they can do. Nobody is that bad in the world where they don't get punished. It's what it is. You can't come out here and play and then try to make it work like I'm stupid. Like you just trying to make something fit and it ain't gonna work, bro. We want that. If that's the case, we want them executed now. Because they came out here and y'all was marrying children and they supposed to know it. These little dumb little people supposed to know that y'all marrying children. They supposed to know. So we want God to execute judgment on them today. We ain't gotta wait like you for a little something to happen. I don't gotta do it. We got you already. And that's why it's over. White privilege is allowing you to go on and on and on. That's all it is. It ain't black privilege. You think it is, don't you? It's white privilege. White privilege is allowing you to do this. Hey, I'm winning. Listen, we don't care about the world ending. It didn't compliment me anyway. We don't care about it ending. Okay, so just get used to the thought. It's over, bro. It's over. We giving an offering today. I'm giving an offering down to California, over to California, down to New Orleans. It's gonna be California, New Orleans. So don't ask me for mercy. Don't look to me like you know me. You don't know me. Don't ask me for mercy. I'm on top. I done put $1 million offering down in Colombia. I'm just letting you know the spirituality that's in the community. You know, and it's no reason for this to go on anymore. It's a war between the righteous Africans and the wicked Africans. And that's all it is. And because they clout chasing, they thought it'd be a cool, grand idea to do this. The whole world gonna suffer for it. We beat them. Everybody understand, right? Okay. We beat them. I told you eventually you was gonna hit logic of people that think like me. Ain't no way in the world you finna act like you doing something today. You played yourself. Cartoon, bro. See, it kind of work with the white people. You know how some white people are? Some white Americans? Doing this little weird stuff, they'll sit out and laugh and think it's funny. Until all this stuff start happening to your community. I won, bro. You can hate me, that's okay. I don't care. Just stay out my way. That's all I'm saying. Just stay out my way. You know, God's power is with me. God's spiritual power is with me all day, buddy. You're gonna remove everything you're doing. See, you thought I was a little boy to play with, like in school, like I get bullied, bro. Do you feel that way now? Do you feel that I'm somebody to get bullied? Played yourself like you in school. Yeah, listen, man, I told you they was playing themselves. Sit back here and acting like they doing something to me. You ain't doing nothing to me. You're really not. I'm in this room like I would be at home or I'd be somewhere else. I can stay to myself. I don't mind that. You tried to fix it by thinking you part of the streets. You ain't part of the streets. You should have stayed over there and as a secret society. Didn't you say you was a secret society? Didn't these suckers say they was a secret society? But now you all out in the public. No, for real. We thought you was a secret society, sucker. You should have stayed your weird butt right over there. You should have stayed your weird tail over there, bro. You should have stayed over there. You knew you was weird, you knew you strange and weird and ain't nobody gonna feel that. You should have stayed over there. But you thought you would use me to become popular, and now you hate it. You're most hated. That's a curse, bro. Clowns. You think I'm stupid. You try to become popular off of my back, and it backfired, and now everybody hates y'all. Told you. What you wished on me is now being fulfilled on you. Okay, like, listen, man, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something very clearly. You say they, yourself, right? They want us dead, us. Listen, let me tell you something. We don't care who it is. Does that make sense to you? Because I know you're feeling yourself, right? We don't care who you made of. We don't care what you're about. You came out here playing with the whole country. Okay, so it's over. It's over. Don't try to explain yourself. Don't even try to listen. Stay away from me, okay? You're a cartoon. You think it's funny, don't you? Well, I think it's funny that your whole community is dying because of you. That's funny to me. I don't have to listen, buddy. You ain't gonna make a fool out of me. You made a fool out of yourself. Cause remember, you ain't even know who I was. You knew who my brother was. You don't know me. Yeah, you ain't never know me. Now you see who I am. Now you see who I am. Nobody to play with, buddy. And you can't find nobody like me. You can't go to my family. Oh, did you try to go back to my brother and see if he was like me? How'd that work out? Do he come off like me? He does and not really, do it. Well, the thing about him is he was too scared to come out here in the real world. He was scared to go out to California, New York, like me. He's scared to come out. That's his weakness. He's scared to go somewhere. Cause see, as soon as you come out here, ain't nobody trying to hear that stuff that you want. Nobody don't care about your attitude. Nobody don't care nothing about how bad you think you are. See, a person can act like that in Charlotte. You can go somewhere else. Come on out here. Come on out here to New York. And walk around with all these dudes out here. All these big, tough, brawly dudes out here. these brawny dudes out here. Come on out here and see if somebody moved by all that little crazy stuff he be doing. That only work for Charlotte. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? See, he Jedi mind trick you. He ain't going nowhere. What are you gonna talk about? You holding Charlotte down? You holding Charlotte down, bro? Listen, you ain't even big enough to hold Charlotte down. You ain't done enough to hold Charlotte down. Man, come on, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. You scared to go somewhere. He's scared to go to New York. He's scared to go to LA. That's not my equal. My brother's not my equal. He's scared to go to LA. He's scared to go to the West Coast. He's scared to come out here in the world. That's what it takes to be somebody. And I'm not going to let somebody act like you. Back to what I said. If you're a local, even a New York local, you don't compare to me, buddy. You got to go out to California. You got to go do other stuff. If you're here in Brooklyn and you ain't never been to California, it does matter. It's the difference between somebody that's local and somebody that's nationwide. If you ain't nationwide, you can't see me. I can see you. I can see everything you're doing, but you don't really see me for who I am. No, you don't. See, you went by all the stuff that people said, which was so stupid. Who does that? Who does that now in the world we live in? Who goes by what somebody else talking about? Who goes by that? Anybody go by what other people talking about? You see what I'm saying? Who does that? Who goes by what other people talk about? That's all I'm saying. I ain't Jedi mind tricking at all. I ain't tricking you at all, buddy. I'm listen. I just let you know how it is and how I carry myself, and God is with me. See, the punchline is, if you don't really care about who I am, then I'll just go to the next step. Well, God is on my side, buddy. Boom. That's how. Well, if you don't care about none of that, what I just said, well, I can just cut straight to the chase if you want me to. Well, God is on my side. Whole angels and everything with me. I can just cut to the chase. You know, I thought you seemed like you was in the mood for theatrics, so you know. I just broke down the fundamentals, but I can cut straight to the chase. You know, God is on my side. Something you probably forgot about. Oh, you thought he was on me and your side. You thought he was on your side. God don't have Jesus team 1 and Jesus team 2. Ain't no Jesus team 1 and Jesus team 2, sucker. Tell these black folks it ain't no Jesus team 1 and Jesus team 2. Jesus team 1, Jesus team 2. You see what I'm saying? He ain't on your side, bro. God don't deal with no foolishness, the stuff that you're doing. And so then he's over here with me. That's common sense. Be real once in your life. You know, he's not with you. God ain't with none of that. God don't. See, that's how arrogant people are. They're like black supremacists. You know, you think God is with you. What and all the stuff you're doing. That God, show me that in the Bible. God don't work like that. God will kill his own people. You want go look in the Bible. God will kill his own people. So if you feel like you're the children of Israel or whatever, you feel like you're the real Hebrews, well, I'll show you how God kills his own people. Cause you act like that, you know, you being black is a bulletproof vest. It's not. Especially not spiritually. Especially not spiritually. You come out here playing with people, and then you play with somebody. See, I just don't do it. I don't play with no. It's a cautionary tale. Never judge a book by its cover, buddy. You came out here, you thought you knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, you're in a war that you can't get out of. Either way it go. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no way you getting out of this. And so then the best thing you could have did was get my money. That's the best thing a sucker could have did. That's what I'm trying to show you. You're not getting out of it. Either way it go. I'm not saying I'm going to die, but whether I live or die, you ain't getting out of this. You're not getting out of it. Okay? Get used to the thought. You're not getting out of this. This is not a movie. This is not sci-fi. You're not coming out. That's why I said the best thing you could have done was go get my money. That's the best thing you could have did. Stupid. Trying to listen. Everybody already know you humiliated anyway. So if you're trying to save face, if you scared of what people think, I mean, you're already humiliated. That's all I'm saying. They already know all the people you try to impress. These light skinned girls, they already know. All these light skinned girls you try to impress, they already know I won. That's the truth. All these light skinned girls you trying to impress, their face look different today, don't they? Hey, they getting drunk and hitting the blunt different today, ain't they? They looking different when they hit the blunt today, ain't they? Oh, I know. You see, you know I'm in the real world. You see that, don't you? They look different when they hit the blunt today, don't they? They got a different look. They got a little different look on their face, don't they? That smile ain't what it once was, is it? Oh yeah, man. That's listen. Cause a woman gonna realize before a man does that this the end. Because a woman gonna think ahead. She gonna be thinking. That's just how a woman is. She gonna look. She gonna think. Oh, okay. What about this? What about this? Look at all this stuff going on in the world. Look at the president. Look at 3 more years of that. Look, this is over. A man sitting up like a little dumb dog. Yeah, we doing this. We doing that. You sitting up like a little dumb dog. And the light skinned girl, her face different when she hitting the blunt now, ain't she? Hey, she hit the blunt, her face looking different now. Because she done calculated stuff that a man wouldn't usually calculate. She done went ahead and looked at all this stuff going on and she already know it's over. That's why, like, me and women can vibe very easy, because a woman gonna think ahead. A man gonna think he can work it out. That's how stupid men can be. You can't work this out. Look at all this stuff going on all at once. This ain't gonna be worked out. The best thing you could have did was got my money. That's what the best thing you could have did. I told you. I told you, man. Listen, I play for keeps. I play chess. You play checkers, and that's the difference between you and I. Okay, I don't play checkers, man. Like this Uno and all these little dumb little games that you play. You play dumb little Uno games. You playing Uno, ain't you? You got a wild card. You thought you was wild. Hey, you thought you was wild, but you just a wild card, ain't you? Hey, you got your wild card plucked, didn't you, sucker? Hey, yeah, that's a good one, ain't it? You got your wild card plugged, didn't you? You got that wild card plugged. Thought you was wild out here. Got your wild card plugged, buddy. You got a reverse card. You got a blue reverse card, don't you? You got your blue reverse card. Sucker, yeah, reverse all them games and all that foolishness you were doing. Here's a reverse card for you, sucker. Done plucked your wild card. Thought you was wild, didn't you? Yeah. That's all I'm saying, bro. As soon as I start talking, people feel me, bro. And see, that's how you know it's a lot of lanes in the air. As long as I ain't saying nothing, they think they winning, don't they? As soon as I open up my mouth, you change your whole opinion, don't you? Because that's the power of energy, real mentality, real energy that's harder than theirs, stronger than theirs, better than theirs. These police couldn't talk like this to save their life. You would be dead if your life depended on it. So you shouldn't even be in our politics. That's how I see it. What you gonna come over here and talk that gang stalking Freemason foolishness? Well, we heard this and I don't care what you heard, sucker. Now you see what I'm saying. You would think it's true, all the stuff they talking about. Don't forget, they couldn't prove none of that stuff. Oh, you forgot, didn't you? You forgot they didn't prove nothing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. Now you see what I mean. Now you see why I carry myself like this, man. You forget, man. They Jedi mind trick you so bad. You carry yourself like they actually proved this. They ain't proved nothing on me. They ain't proved nothing on me. Let's get that totally understood. They ain't proved nothing on me. Okay then. So what we doing? I'm winning today, buddy. I'm winning. They ain't proved nothing on me. You hate certain people. You hate Christians. So I got to go through this because you like, you know, you hate Christians. You bugged out. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. You can't see me, buddy. You just hate Christians. That's your hang up. You know what I'm saying? Retarded. Bugged out, buddy. I really personally don't care what you feel. I know you've been doing the same thing and you get too much credit for doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing you was doing this time last year and the year before that, and you get too much credit for doing the same thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Think about it. They riding around doing the same thing, bro. Look at that. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me, buddy. I'm gonna be out there though, no matter what. I ain't the sucker you are. I'm not hiding from nobody. It just don't make sense for me to be out there with lames. Ew. I ain't coming out there with no lames and be interacting with these lames out here. That's how I keep my energy good. Cause soon as you go out there, all them lames around you and all that, man, nah. Energy get thrown off. You stay by yourself is better, man, cause you ain't challenged by no lames. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We know them people lames, bro. We know that. Everybody know that. And that don't mean just far as violence. That mean far as your whole mentality. Like you didn't even know your country was marrying children. That's what make you lame right there. How you come out here talking about pedophiles and you didn't even know your country was marrying children? That's lame. That's lame. It's not just the violent stuff. Cause they'll try to play it like you an old head from the 90s and you all about violence and everything. They'll play it like that. Am I right or wrong? And try to make you look like an old head. Nah, it ain't that. It's that you lame for coming out here talking about pedophiles in your country marrying children. That's lame. They ain't got nothing to do with killing people. They ain't got nothing to do with shooting. Did I say anything about shooting people? They ain't got nothing to do with killing people. You came out here talking about pedophiles, and your country that you get money from and that you mooch off of is marrying children. So I'm wondering what makes you think you're being relentless, don't you? You're not relentless, buddy. I'm relentless. I'm resilient and relentless. That's me, right? You, on the other hand, are repetitive. That's what that is. Like a compulsive. You're compulsive. That's what you are. You're compulsive. I am resilient. Okay? I am resilient. You're compulsive. Compulsively doing the same thing every year. I am resilient. Gaining ground in new areas all the time. Well, that's part of being resilient. I'm going to gain new ground. Well, if I keep going, yeah. All I'm trying to do is say, man, listen, I just want somebody to have a real conversation. Let's get some of these suckers online. Let's get some of these suckers online. They ain't gonna have nothing to say. They ain't gonna have nothing to say, man. They part of them fake crip sets and blood sets, ain't it? hey, we already seen an Illuminati member that was part of a fake blood set. I'm pretty sure he was a part of a fake blood set. He talking about he's some demon rider blood. That white boy you had over there on the Story Boulevard, he talking about he a demon rider blood. Demon rider. You can't be serious, bro. Demon rider blood. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure that blood set wasn't from California. I bet nobody ain't solidified that blood set. How much you want to put on? And then the other dude talking about he was a Crip. He said he a Crip. I guarantee you both of them came from Crip and blood sets that wasn't solidified by California. How much you want to put on that? That's 7 out. That's what I'm talking about. They talking about they Crips and Bloods, but I guarantee you, no California, none of the homies from California solidified that. That's all I'm saying. Sitting up talking about you a Crip and a Blood. Freemasons and Illuminati talking about they Crips and Bloods. You can't be serious. Okay, who solidified your set? What OG solidified your set? What Crip or Blood solidified your set from California? It's too late. It's too late. You got a whole history of throwing up Crip and blood signs. You throwing up blood signs and Crip signs, and you ain't even got California backing you. You ain't have no California sets backing you. You throwing up all kind of blood and Crip signs. You up there stacking, what they call stacking, gang stacking, and stacking, and hey, you over there stacking, and the California set California ain't even solidified your set, buddy. Come on, think about it. They over there stacking, gang stacking, and listen, you know what gang stacking is? All the different signs together. You know, over there stacking, right? Over there stacking, and California ain't even solidified them sets. Yeah, you thought the prophet didn't know nothing, did you? I ain't said that in a while. Stacking, man, gang stacking. Yeah, man. I ain't said that in a while. It's been a long time since I said that. Stacking, I ain't said that in a long time. Man, that's been a long time since I said stacking. Gang stacking, that's been a long time. I ain't saying nothing about stacking or gang stacking. I ain't used that term in a long time. Gang stacking. Remember the Crips and Bloods be doing all the different signs and stacking. They be stacking. That's what got everybody when they used to stack. The Crips and Bloods be stacking and doing all them different signs. That's gang stacking. Man, I ain't said that term in a long time. Stacking, man, yeah. But some people be out here stacking, and listen, and ain't solidified no set. Ain't no set being solidified. That's what got you, didn't it? The Crip on TV stacking. That's what got you, didn't it? It got everybody. Everybody's memorized by the stacking. Cause you don't know what none of that mean. Blood stacking too, but doing all the stacking and everything, it look real cool and everything. Everybody was infatuated with it. But the better thing to do, and most of us just became thugs. You know, in the beginning, everybody was infatuated with gang life, and then you realize it wasn't really nothing like that around you. You know, you would have been down if it was, but it wasn't really nothing popping like that. Not where I come from in Charlotte. It wasn't nothing popping like that, man. Ain't no gang. It wasn't no sets and stuff like that. Charlotte could have had sets, but because how that city made, but it wasn't like that, man. It wasn't no real sets. People were talking about they was Crips and Bloods in school, but they ain't had no California sets. We know that, bro. We know they just made it up. You know what I'm saying? But then when you become a man, you just come out here, you start thugging, and you just leave the gang infatuation behind. That's what happened. You just get down with your city, and you start. Most other people just got down with their city and left the Crip and Blood stuff behind. You was infatuated with it when you was a kid, right? Let's keep it 100. But then once you just got out here and started doing some felonies, and you start selling a little crack and smoking some weed, you kind of just gravitated away from the whole thing. That was before we even started in the streets for some people. That's when infatuation was at, you know, before you really started doing anything in the street. Then once you start doing a little bit of felonies, you left all this gang stuff behind. That's how most of us grew up. We grew out of it. Because it wasn't our environment. It was not my environment. You know what I'm saying? Like now, for people on the West Coast, in the Midwest, you know, they go hard with them gangs and stuff. The Midwest, Chicago, and all of that, they go hard with the gangs. LA, same thing. South Central, all of that, they go hard with the gangs and all of that. But most of us just grew out of it, the infatuation, and we just became thugs, criminals, felony nature criminals. And that's it, you know. But to claim these fake sets, you a grown man claim. That's what I'm trying to get to. You a grown man claiming a fake blood set and a fake Crip set. Come on, bro. We grew out of that. You start doing real felonies, you getting down with whatever's around. You ain't even talking about no Bloods and Crips no more. You getting down with the neighborhood. Right. How you a grown man and you ain't get down with the neighborhood with your real surroundings? Even if it wasn't that hard, you still just got down with that, didn't you? I mean, come on, that's the truth. Most of us, we just got down with whatever was around us. How you get older and then you still talking about Crips and Bloods, bruh? Grown men, older than me, talking about they Bloods. Demon Rider blood. Okay, well, hold up. So, what California gangster solidified your set? That's all I'm asking. It's a simple yes. It's a simple question. What blood solidified your set? You can't tell me, can you? What crip came from Cuz? What Cuz came that and solidified that as a Cuz set? No Cuz didn't come solidify that. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Half these New York dudes ain't got no. I mean, every borough they got these different bloods and Crips and all of that. Ain't none of it solidified. Just when you thought I was talking a language that was beneath you, you know, now you got to try to make it sense. Now you got to save face on that. How you gonna make the save face on it? It's too late. You got dudes got a whole history. His mom and them know he on a fake Crip set. She don't know it's a fake Crip set, but she think you know, Johnny a Crip, he ain't gonna wear no red. Your mama going to Walmart getting you all blue stuff. Fake Crip sets. Yeah, you know, Johnny down with the Crips, he ain't gonna wear. Your mama got you, she thinking you down with the Crips. He ain't gonna wear no red. He ain't gonna wear no red. You influencing the family with the fake Crip set. Your mama them, yeah, I ain't gonna wear no red. You got your mama them on that. Hey, come on, let's keep it 100. Your mama kind of influenced by it, ain't she? She don't wear red that much because of you. And you got a fake Crip set, bruh. Your little cousins, you know they look up to you. Your little cousins ain't wearing no red, and they all fake. You a part of a fake Crip set. You got your cousins following your wave. The wave of a fake Crip set with the California didn't solidify. You know little cousins gonna follow behind you. They sitting around smoking weed. Yeah. Yeah. You got the little punk sitting around smoking weed. Yeah. Acting like y'all a real Crip set. I'm dead serious. You listen, California. Hey, they got little cousins smoking weed. Yeah. Your little brother. Yeah. Fake Crip sets. Can't be serious. California should have been said something about it. All these people, listen, man, that hurt y'all feelings, don't it? Because it's true. It's true, though. It's true. That's a California gang. Y'all heard about it so much through the music and stuff. You forgot that's not that's a California gang. That's like starting a gang in your hood, and then all of a sudden it take off for because of musicians. That's why it took off. All these rappers. That's what did it. And then you look and see a gang that came up around y'all neighborhood. And like, think about how LA see that. Oh man, Crips was a gang around here. LA, like blood, that's a LA gang. What the Crips, the Bloods, that's a gang around here, buddy, that we made up. How that's all out there out there with these rappers in the Midwest and all of that. Even out there. I mean, cause all of Chicago got real Chicago gangs, but you know it got to be some fake blood sets and Crip sets out there too. They banging, but it got to be some fake blood and Crip sets out there. It's got to be. Cause before I heard about Chicago having any any them other gangs they got. I heard about Crips and Bloods kind of like, just a little bit. You know how you hear it a little bit. Crips and Bloods out there in Chicago. And some of them sets wasn't solidified, man. Some of them was, but some of them wasn't. Though that's two gangs where it's all in the country, and these people didn't even talk to California gangsters. They ain't talk to no California gangbangers. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on. People, my point, how I got off on that this time was these Illuminati members talking about they demon rider bloods. You can't be serious, bruh. Can't be serious. Demon rider bloods, bruh. Can't be serious, bruh. Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Who solidified that set? What California gangster came in and solidified the set? That's all I'm asking. It's a simple question. That nobody solidified the set. Okay, come on, man. Listen, man. Listen. That's all I'm talking about, man. What I'm trying to show you is you just made it up. You might as well start your own game. You might as well. That's all I'm saying. You solidified yourself. You solidified yourself. A fake blood set, a fake crib set. And nobody solidified a set from California. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying over here. It's real. That's real. Ain't nobody disagreeing with that. LA disagreeing with that? No. LA right on board with it. They right on board. LA right on board. LA right on board. All these New York sets, all these people talking about their Crips and Bloods over here. Y'all should have had y'all own little gang. New York should have started their own little gang. Just the equivalent of Crips and Bloods. What that's at? They should have started their own little gang that took off nationwide. I ain't condoning it. I'm just saying I ain't condoning the lifestyle, but y'all ain't got no Crips and Bloods. New York ain't got nothing like that. Because my understanding, what, Vice Lords and Folk Nation, that's Midwest, ain't it? Latin Kings, all of that, that's still Midwest, ain't it? I mean, originating, right? And New York didn't even start no gangs, man. I'm just saying, I ain't saying they should have or whatever, but I'm just saying, it seemed like you would have thought they would have. That went nationwide like the Crips and Bloods. Ain't no gang went nationwide like Crips and Blood. So man, that's just it matters, man. It matters, man, because like these secret society people, you should have just stayed in a secret society, man. You should have just stayed secret society. You got off on all this other stuff. You start doing all this other stuff, man. Coming out here playing with the community and everything, man. I'm winning. See, as far as my war goes, I'm showing the streets, I'm showing the community a whole nother lane. We done seen Crips and Blood. It's like, why don't you just do something different? Everybody done seen where that go. Now people inquisitive, like, man, I ain't know God people was like that. I ain't know God people could turn into soldiers. Like this dude right here. See, that's how the street dude's gonna talk. This dude right here. Now the streets want to see something fresh, something new. Like, wow, I didn't know so Christians got soldiers get down like that. Getting in the trenches, getting it done, bruh. And here's the thing. They not Crips. They not the Bloods to my Crip, if you will. These witchcraft secret societies. See, that's how they trying to play it. Like they the Blood to my Crip. It ain't like that at all, bruh. Them dudes was weirdos, man. I seen them already back in 2016, 17, 14. All around in there, man. You know, them dudes was weirdos, bruh. Everybody know that. The girls, look at the girls. That's how you know. The girls of Illuminati and Freemasons are so weird it ain't even funny. How they weird like that and the man ain't weird? I can look at you women and tell you weird. Look at the women. The women gonna be cool. They gonna know how to chill and all that when they real. If they been around real dudes, they gonna be cool. You know, they gonna know how to chill. I look at these dudes, these girls, they don't know how to chill, nothing. They be all weird and stuff, strange. I was at a Greyhound and one of these secret society girls came up to me and sat beside me. She aggravated me just because how close she got to me. I don't care if she got a vagina, so what? She sat close to me. I was aggravated how close she sat to me. I think I was in the at that time I was smoking. I was in the smoke spot and she sat down and sat all near me. I wasn't feeling that at all. Then she was smiling. I ain't like nothing. She was smiling all big. It was a goofy smile too. And then when she got on the bus, she was laughing all like she thought I guess she called herself laughing at me. But my thing is this, bro. My thing is this, man. If you was weird and strange, don't try to act like you was the streets. Don't try to get refined and cool and down and all of that. So you hit a blunt with the real ones and then you realize how lame you was then. And they probably was apologizing for making mistakes. I'm sorry, man. Hey, Freemasons and Illuminati was getting high with the community. Man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Them type of dudes. That's what type of dudes y'all are, man. Y'all the type of dudes to get high and then make mistakes and start apologizing. Yeah, I know exactly what type of dudes we all had a little bit of that in us when we was kids. Not as a grown man. That's why I trip off people talking about what I did as a kid. I'm like, really, bro? If I was a sucker, you should be able to talk about something as a grown man. What happened as a grown man? You ain't got no grown man story. You only got boy stories, right? Imagine that, bro. Well, I got grown man stories on you, suckers. I got grown man stories on Tremaine. Going out here talking to the community. Going out here talking to the police. Tremaine put his own cousin in jail for 12 years. That's a grown man story. What you got, them boy stories? Not Toy Story, boy story. You got boy story. you got boy story, don't you? Man, stop playing, bruh. Retarded, man. I got grown man stories where you put your cousin in prison for 12 years. That's why you had to turn to that witchcraft stuff, because you couldn't make it in the streets no more. You know you couldn't even look at yourself in the mirror and think you was a thug ever again, putting your cousin in prison for 12 years. That's why you had to reinvent yourself. Like a white boy gonna reinvent himself, ain't he? Other dudes the same old homie you been, huh? Hey, white boy he gonna reinvent himself, ain't he? Tremaine became a white boy, he gonna reinvent himself. Tremaine reinvented himself, didn't he? Tremaine reinvented himself, didn't he? Look, listen. He's spreading his wings and flying now that he reinvented himself, didn't he? He spread his wings and flying, ain't he? The pressure of being a real one is off now, ain't it? Now you spread your wings and flying like a sucker. As a sucker. It's easy to fly around like a sucker, ain't it? Oh yeah, it's easy. It's easy to fly around like a sucker. You ain't got to stick to no codes. You know, everybody know you a lame. Everybody know you lame to the game. You know, you ain't gotta stick to no codes or nothing. You ain't gotta worry about none of that. You ain't see when you get older, you don't really care now, do you? See, that's the tricky thing. Once you become a sellout, you start snitching. You get a little older, you don't care. You don't. You grow up, you don't care. It's behind all of us now. I mean, you know, it's all about being a soldier now. We about survival. That's what we all about. But it looked real good though when you did some things the right way. You get a little older, you don't really care anyway. I don't really care. But you know, I'm gonna talk my street. I'm gonna get my I'm gonna have my street street rules and regulations, principles. I think that's what word I was looking for. I'm gonna have that in place. I'm gonna have my street principles in place. You think I want to be a street person? No. You thought you knew me. You thought you knew all there was to know to me. And I've been coast to coast. I built more on who I am, and you wasn't paying attention because that's what make you a lame. You wasn't paying attention to me like that in LA. Now I go to LA, you gonna watch every move I make. But the first time you wasn't paying attention. That's all I'm saying. Now I go out there, these lames gonna try to pay attention to everything I do. That's all I'm saying. You think I'm stupid, don't you? I mean, so the bottom line is you wasn't paying attention. I was building on my credibility. I was getting more credibility. Okay? So, you know, man, like, this war is now escalating. You thought it was ending, didn't you? You thought I was going to say ending, didn't you? No, it's escalating, buddy. It's escalating. And I'm the one that's going to survive. I'm the one that's going to live. Okay, everything you set up, listen, I'm always on my P's and Q's. I know they know when my money going to hit and everything. And I'm going to be watching every step I take out there on the streets. I don't play no games. I don't trust nobody. When I go out there, I move like that. I don't trust nobody. I'll be on my P's and Q's while God protect me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't being scary. That's being primal. You proceed with caution in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that they watching everything. They watching when my money hit. They done changed the money hit dates. So they, you know, and they think they got time to prepare something. I pay attention to that. That's why I'm knocking all of it down. I'm cursing all of that. You know what I'm saying? I go to the CVS, these lames and around the CVS. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change nothing. You ain't. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna take my credibility. I promise you, you're not. So I'm trying to understand what you gonna get out of it. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what you gonna get out of it. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to understand what you gonna get out of it. What you supposed to get out of it? What you supposed to get out of? What you supposed to get out of? Cause it ain't, listen, we on the road. I done send money, I'm on the road. I done send money to Colombia, South America, Egypt. I'm gonna send money to Taiwan. That's my next move. I'm putting money out there in Taiwan. Even though I'm with China, you know, that's one of my alliances for World War III. China, North Korea, Russia, Lebanon, and Iran. Those are my 5 alliances for World War III. Oh, I already got my alliances. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and Lebanon. That's my 5 alliances. You know how long I had them 5 alliances? Just in case you think I did it last weekend. Oh, he did that last weekend. He made 5 alliances for World War III last weekend. Last weekend. Man, I had these 5 alliances for a minute now. See, that's really what level I'm on. I got my alliances for World War III. Russia and China. North Korea. I done dug in, you know what I'm saying? I'm online networking with Russians, everyday Russians. That's the best thing to do. Is first, because I mean, you can't really interact with the leader, you know what I'm saying? So you get with the locals in the Russian area. You communicate with them. I communicate with them back and forth with the Russians, you know what I'm saying? And I've been doing that for quite some time. You know, I've been doing that. That's really where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I talk to Russians on a day-to-day basis. I interact with Russians. I see the images of Russians because that's the country that gave me hope. You know, when this country turned its back on me, start playing them clown games out there, and what you didn't realize what I did was I joined Russia. That's what I had to do that. Now you see the level I'm really on. I'm not on this thug life gangbang. I just address these people, man, that's out here with these fake sets that California didn't solidify. You know what I'm saying? But the real level I'm on, man, is I communicate with Russians. You know what I'm saying? I talk to Russ on social media. I interact with them on a day-to-day basis and get to know the Russian women. You know, I'm talking to Russian women more than anything. You know, and just getting to learn how they think and how they move, man. You know, so and I got some Iran. I got some pages on for Iran. North Korea, I ain't really got no pages for North Korea, but not China either. But Russia and Iran, you know, I got pages for them. Yeah, so you know, that's how it is, man. You know, with somebody that got my level of intellect, you should have knew I wasn't gonna let these people play with me, bro. So now you realize I didn't. Whether it's my brother, all that little stupid stuff, goofy stuff they doing around here on the East Coast and all that, man, I started looking toward the Russians to be, you know, as my country. You know, I started looking to them like 6 years ago, going on 7 years ago. Yeah, going on 7 years. I started with the national anthem. Then I went on Facebook. I started adding a whole bunch of Russians. You know what I'm saying? On Facebook and talking to the Russians and everything. So you know, it's not dry snitching. Everybody you can know all of that, and you ain't gonna find out nothing. All you're gonna find out is I got love for the Russians and the Russians cool with me. You know, that's it. That's what happened. I didn't stay on no level where these people complain. That's why I told you ain't gotta feel pitiful, sad for me. If you only knew the strength that I wield, man. I got alliances with Russian people talking to me, communicating with me. I ain't pitiful. How I'm pitiful? Where? I'm not. I've been left this country behind. You would have did the same thing. You gonna sit up and let people play with you and play in your face like that? So what I did was I began to focus on Russia. So now that you know, okay, that's what I did. I didn't. You should have knew I wouldn't have made no move, being a sucker, letting them just looking around and letting these people play with me, and I'm just looking around, letting them play with me. You know, no. I started thinking about Russia and thinking about the Russians, and I communicate with them on a day-to-day basis with the Russians. You know, and remind you, my whole Facebook is open to them. How I think, all my information on my Facebook, they can go read it and everything like that. So you know. I'm not with an alliance with America, period. You should have knew that, bro. What you thought? Oh, you thought I was gonna be like these white Americans trying to find people to work with in America. Once I seen all these people against me, I just went with Russia. That's what I did, not out of fear. You know, I just left this country behind. I've been did that. You should have knew. You should have knew somebody like me was not gonna sit here for years and years. Think about it, and just sit there and let these people play with me. I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna have corresponding actions. My corresponding action was I went with the Russians. That part. Then I built on that when I realized it's the end of the world. So I got my alliances for World War III: Russia, China, North Korea, Lebanon, and Iran. You got to get your alliances first. You got to get the alliances first. You can't pick it when things hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? You gotta already show credibility. I already got credibility for interacting with the Russians for over 5 years. About 5 years, yeah. So half a decade, I already got credibility. Where people know my likeness, my name, everything. Okay, so with the Russians, so you know, when this stuff hit the fan, they can say, well, yeah, he been networking with the Russians. They know his likeness and everything. He been interacting with the Russians a long time. You know, so you know, and I took all that came with it. For people that hated me because of that, I took it. I took all of that, and that's what the Russians gonna probably figure out. I took all that came with standing with Russia. You know what I'm saying? It's being in an alliance with them. You know, you should have knew me. You know, smart as I am, you think I'm gonna sit around and let these people play with me like I'm in high school? The black community don't know that. I'm with the Russians. You know what I'm saying? I could have been put it like that to you, because I know you not. I know you only dealing with, you know, people here and there. You know, you're not really dealing with Russia. Like, you're not networking with Russia on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you're not doing that. You're not really networking with the community of Russians. You know, you messing with people around here. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to be a little careful with how you play with me and handle me. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't tell you who all out there who's on my side. I know I've been networking with the Russians in the same way I appeal to you. I probably have already appealed to them. I probably already got their attention. You know what I'm saying? Now you see that's the checkmate. You thought I was going to stay with America and let them play with me? I went with the Russians. I didn't let these people play with me. You should have knew, mate. You should have knew that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, come on now.